right, man. Let's see what we got going on, man. The Breakfast Club is going to talk about how Drake is being the ultimate Karen. He over here listing YouTubers in the lawsuit. He's over here doing some foul stuff, trying to put Whitney into this alleged domestic abuse charge. He's trying to get documentations of his emails and trying to get his catalog and trying to get DNA tests and proof that the child is his. Whole bunch of corny stuff. Let's see what the Breakfast Club and Charlamagne the God got to say about this, because this is some corny stuff right here, boy. This is corny as hell.
We added some more to the conversation that they're having in court about what discovery.
I'll finish what y'all done.
All right, y'all. So Drake's team has amended the conversation, or basically added some more to the conversation that they're having in court about what discovery should look like in their lawsuit against Universal Music Group over Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. So they'd already been asking to see Kendrick Lamar's contracts and various communications. And Drake's lawyer is saying that now they're asking for documents to order Kendrick Lamar's team or the label Universal Music to do so, because they're saying when they received the information or the contracts and the conversations that they were requesting, the contract was so redacted that you couldn't even comprehend it. You couldn't even read through it. So they're asking for an unredacted version of Kendrick Lamar's contract. They're also asking for communications, emails, and text messages from Universal Music CEO Lucien Grange. Now,
Crazy.
Universal Music is pushing back on this, and this is new in the request for discovery. They're pushing back. They're saying Lucien Grange has nothing to do with this. So why would we provide discovery of his emails and his text messages? Drake's team is saying that's not true. They're alleging that Lucien holds a position of power because of his position in the company, and because of that, he's been able to approve the release and promotion of Not Like Us. They allege that there were different motivations that hurt Drake for Grange to do so. They say that, number one, he's known to just create competition allegedly in the Universal Music Group world, but they also say that or allege that Lucien Grange had an incentive to devalue Drake's brand in order to gain negotiating leverage ahead of the upcoming contract extension talks. Now, Drake's team is like, look, if none of this is true, if these communications didn't happen, if there's nothing to hide, y'all don't have much to provide. So just show us, because if not, it's unfair. You guys are impacting the way that we go about our case fairly. They also bring up Pusha T in the conversation from 2018. Now, Drake's attorney says that, there's been court filings suggesting that UMG's own label, Def Jam, may have cut some of the offensive verses from Pusha T's 2018 Drake diss, the story I've added on. Now they're saying, if you guys did this, right, and allegedly, if you knew to center that, why not censor this other song, Not Like Us, knowing the word pedophile was used and how this could potentially impact him?
So I've added on was a real song? That wasn't a real song. That was a freestyle over Jay-Z's OJ. Like, that was something that Pusha put out on his own. UMG didn't put that out, did they?
Well, I don't know who really. I can look it up, but I'm not for sure who released it. But I do know.
Yeah, that wasn't an official release. They came out on streaming services and stuff like that.
I do know, though, that Pusha T, during the whole rollout that they just did have a conversation. I've had conversations on the back end about this. The fact that there were things that were censored during that time, including anything that went directly at Drake. And because of that,
I thought that was from the Clips album that they just recorded.
No, but
that's why they left Def Jam.
Yes, that's a part of it. But this started way back then. From what Pusha T was saying and from what I was told years ago, when all that Drake back and forth was happening, there were certain things that were being stopped, or he felt like were being stopped. And this was somewhere in court documents from years ago. And then the Def Jam situation happened, where the Clips had to leave Def Jam because they were being censored. But Drake's team is basically saying, if all of this is true and you guys have done this one time, why not do it another time? There has to be some sort of intention or malice here, is what Drake's team is claiming. Now, there are also reports that in these acts for different documents, that Drake's team is also requesting documents and communications relating to Dave Free, who is one of Kendrick Lamar's he's in his camp. I'm not sure exactly what he does, but he's a part of Kendrick Lamar's camp, and his relationship with Kendrick Lamar's children. And then there's also reports that Drake's team is requesting documents and communications relating to any allegations of domestic violence, violence against women, and or forms of violence committed by Kendrick Lamar.
If that's true, that's some legendary host. Okay, my
Legendary.
God, I've never seen someone take an L so bad. I used to say Drake looks like a sore thumb, but the level of sore loser that he is should be studied.
Yeah, I honestly don't understand. It's at the end of the day, it's a diss record, right? And we've seen diss records from the beginning of hip hop, right? Some have been fabricated, some have been lies, some have been true, but they were known as diss records, and they go down as diss records. So the fact that you're suing not only Kendrick but also the record label, I don't think he's suing Kendrick, but suing the record label, and the fact that they have to do this just sounds crazy.
Yeah, I just don't understand. What if he gets what do you mean documents about domestic violence?
Yeah, so
that ain't gonna change the fact you took an L.
Well, I think
exactly.
But none of this changes the fact, because
none of this.
Deposition, they ask for so many different things, and they ask for conversations, and they ask for texts, and they ask for emails, and they ask for all this and that. But like it doesn't change what happened at the end of it.
But when
we keep talking about it, I think makes it worse.
It does make the ass kicking worse. Last time I seen somebody take a loss this bad was Chauncey in Minister Society after Kane Pistol with him. That was the last sore loser I seen on this level.
But I feel like we can't move on because of these proceedings. We should have been moved on from this.
Drake's team, it feels the same way, but they're saying that things are being held and things are not being given to them. If they're given and there's nothing there, they move on as well.
I will say Drake versus Lucien is the better story in all of this, because it's always interesting to me when people make hundreds of millions of dollars with a company, and the first time something doesn't go their way, they start complaining about the company. It was all good when you was on top.
The mention of the Pusha T.
As soon as you lose one rap battle and get your ass handed to you, now all of a sudden you going against Lucien.
I agree. I mean, the mention of the Pusha T stuff for me read that way. It's like, okay, y'all are alleging that this was put in documents, so y'all know that maybe it happened, and y'all are upset that it didn't happen again. Which I mean, look, he says, I get it if it's disrupting his business the way he said.
Take the L and keep it moving, Aubrey. That's it. Like, you on tour all around the world. You still selling out. You still putting out good music.
#1 records.
Exactly.
Still
Like, let it go already. You got like this handed to you.
Bringing it back up, and people keep remembering. Like, when I just was partying to Nokia, I come back on Monday back to work. Now I'm hearing this. It's like,
but if you're doing business with people that, I mean, I don't think people honestly in any business ever have your full best interest. They have their interest at heart. But if you feel this way, you wouldn't feel comfortable really working with this.
All of this is happening because he got his ass.
Exactly.
Cut it out.
But
Knock it out.
But you know, even if he wins the court case, the way people feel is never changes.
Even if he wins the court case, he still got his ass kicked in the rap battle.
But then he knows the truth about the business. He pulled the bell back. That's how he feels.
No matter what you say, we're gonna be talking to you the way they were talking to Chauncey and Menace. You remember the dude watching the fight? He was like, "Man, come watch this fight, man. This looks like Kendrick kicking your ass the other night. No matter what you do, man, you beat Lucien. You beat Lucien the way Kendrick whipped your ass the other day.
Dang.
Like, cut it out.
No,
like,
man.
Big
He's
facts.
nowhere he's gonna be able to go where people ain't talking about it.
No.
He's tired of people
Big
talking about it.
facts.
He only one person. He's only a man. He's
He's the
one
boy.
person.
He's the boy.
Kendrick beat his ass and then Drake beat his own ass. That's what Drake is doing right now.
I know what y'all did. I know what they did last summer.
Right.
Back. I saw them. I was like, okay.
All right. Well, that is the latest with Laura.
Man, nothing is gonna change out of this. Nothing is gonna change. It's not gonna change people's perspective of the battle. It's not gonna change. It's just gonna make it worse for Drake, because Drake looked like the biggest Karen of all. Like, this is beyond. Just like Charlamagne said, this is like when oh boy got his ass whooped in Menace to Society, and then they got the tape. Well, nah, that wasn't a tape. The tape that they was playing was when Kane. Was it Kane? Or was it? It was old boy that shot the clerk at the gas station at the convenience store. So they're gonna be playing that over and over again. This is just I'm still in disbelief that Drake is really going to this list, because he lost a rap battle. Just like Envy said, it's a rap battle, man. People lie all the time. People lie all the time in rap battles, and when you lose, you just lose, and then you just pick up the pieces. Like, this is worse than Ja Rule. All right, this right here is worse. One thing I definitely gotta give my props to Ja Rule, man. He ain't do none of this whole shit. He just, he took his licking and kept on ticking. You know what I mean? He didn't resort to lawsuits and doing all this weird stuff. You know what I mean? He just, hey, you win some, you lose some. But this right here, what Drake is doing, I'm still in disbelief, man. How much of a bitch Drake is. And even his own fans is like, man, come on, bro. I can't keep defending you when you're doing stuff like this. Like, he is, I don't know, man. Y'all leave a comment down below. It's your boy, DMD, signing out.